Hi, all. Welcome to Diversified Finance. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin price action. So, yeah, Bitcoin did not hold 17,500, but then it dropped like $2,000 or so below that price down to 15,500. So, but let's say, if someone is waiting to buy Bitcoin at 10K, 12K, not one of the smart things you want to do, right? You better start DCing right now. So that's the best bet because we don't know. This could be the bottom, right? Now that like there's few people, including myself, called that was the bottom, 17,500. Now, let's say they are like bulls. They've taken out all the bulls and say, okay, no, you are wrong. Like, it went a lot lower. Now bears are so happy right now, and they are waiting to buy Bitcoin at 10K, 12K. Now they might push the price back up and then make them feel really desperate, right? And then they probably have to get in at um, probably around 30K, 40K like that. So I'm not saying it's not gonna go there, but we don't know for sure, right? So the best thing is to DCA. Like, I mean, why not add some Bitcoin at 16,000, at 16,500, right? It's a pretty bargain, right? I mean, if we expecting Bitcoin to go to like say 80, 90K. Um, this is a this is pretty cheap right now, right? And then what about the people who complained back in the bull market, like Bitcoin is expensive at 30K, 40K, 50K? This is your chance to add for your long term portfolio, right? Buy and hold. And this volume candle we've seen is pretty big, like this on the weekly chart. So we have never seen such a big volume candle even during COVID. So that's pretty promising, right? That's something we want to see. So, for example, this is the COVID drop. So look how small the COVID dump volume is, right? The red candle. This is lot higher. So, meaning lots of people got out of the market, got scared. Like lots of people start taking coins out of a lot of exchanges. So this could be the exact capitulation we are waiting for. With looking at this volume, is looking good. We could consolidate here for some time, right? But that we don't know, like because it could quickly get recovered and close. If we close a candle about 18,000, right? Then that's it. You would probably never be able to buy Bitcoin at 60, 70,000 K, and then it'll probably consolidate above 18K for some time, and then slowly start heading towards like 20 to 20 to 25K. So it's a great opportunity, and this is for Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's a lot stronger compared to Bitcoin. It doesn't look like a bargain at the moment, but I'm not too sure whether it's going to go any lower, right? We have to wait and see. Like there's a lot of strong support somewhere near 1,050 or something. So it dropped to about like 1,084, and that's it. Like that's like a higher low. Still, it's a higher low. So looking very strong compared to Bitcoin. So we have to wait and see. And then right now, there's no point listening to any whatever anyone says on YouTube. Like it does not really matter, right? I mean, just forget about like no, I just simply stop watching in YouTube because you probably hear some sort of news, but how do you know it's the truth or not, right? We never know, right? Someone just said something like it could be they could be lying, or maybe they're trying to manipulate, trying to make you sell all your cryptocurrency and get out of the market. They're trying to like create a lot of FOMO. Um, yeah, so we don't know, like trying to scare the people and they scare especially the retailers, right? They try to scare the retail and then like make them feel like okay, it's gonna go to like 10 or 8K. Okay, I'm losing money. I want to sell. That's what they want to do. So, but yeah, as I said, like a lot of people, like few people called the bottom at 17,500, but it has gone a lot lower, right? So now maybe it's their turn to make bears like feel a lot desperate. Like if it recovers and goes about like 20K, they'll feel a lot desperate, not buying it at 16K, 17K, even the 15K. So this is your time to DCA for long term. There's no doubt about that. All coins, I'm not gonna worry too much. I'm gonna pretty much focus on Bitcoin. It's pretty cheap right now. Looking at the divergence, bullish divergence on daily and weekly charts. And let's not forget when the market pumps, the first coin to pump is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin will keep on pumping when the other coins would not do anything. Just sit there and watch what Bitcoin pump. And when Bitcoin start consolidating, this is what happened like in the past. So I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure, but if the future is any indication, right, this is what's most likely, most probable that we might see. Bitcoin pumps first, and all coins will bleed against Bitcoin because people get worried, like not having enough Bitcoin in their portfolio when they see Bitcoin pump so much, and then they tend to sell their old coins and buy Bitcoin. So we could do the exact opposite, have more Bitcoin right now, and when Bitcoin pumps, we can swap a little bit of Bitcoin into like old coins and buy more old coins likewise instead of like buying big old coins right now, because it could bleed another 10, 20, 30, 40% or so from where Bitcoin start pumping a lot higher. So um, I mean, you know, it's obvious, right? I'm biased. I want to see a lot higher prices, right? Because I hold a lot of Bitcoin. But even if Bitcoin comes to like, say, 14, 12K, I'll find a way to accumulate Bitcoin long term because it's a bargain right now. That's for sure. And Bitcoin dominance, we can have a look at the Bitcoin dominance as well. Yeah, it's just not doing much at the moment, right? It actually dropped. It dropped back down to about like 39%. So we have to wait and see. And any leverage tokens, you got to be very careful, right? You got to be very, very careful. We don't know what would happen for especially these 3 years and 3 years. And then the other thing is you cannot transfer it to your wallet or anything, right? It's just created by the exchange. So it has to stay there. So that's a bit of worry. And then Dixie, we are so unlucky. Look at Dixie, right? Dixie dropped so much. Right, and then try to consolidate somewhere here, like around 106 to 107 or so. And next stop would be, we might consolidate here for some time and then probably drop back down to like 103. And let's not forget 200 weekly moving average and like below 100, right? So if it drops further, it will be really good or just for the consolidate in this area. That'll be really good for Bitcoin. Yeah, then we probably will see like a lot higher prices for Bitcoin, at least about 20K. Right? Yeah, so if Bitcoin finish this month about 19,500, then things are looking good, right? Then it looks as if nothing happened, right? Just like we had a bad week in November, all because of all this fun, all this FTX saga. Other than that, things are looking fine, right? I mean, long-term perspective, who knows? Like, I mean, back in the day, Bitcoin dropped from 20 to 3K. Like, there was a 1 year bear market, and then it pumped from 3,000 to 14K, right? Who knows, we might see something similar to that because we already been in a bear market. Um, yeah, the recovery could take longer. The only issue is we are not too sure whether this is the last bottom or this is the first bottom, right? Let's say we're gonna create, let's say, because normally if it's a double bottom, it should be like 10% lower than this, right? So technically we cannot say this is the double bottom, but it still could be, or this could be the first bottom of a double bottom, right? Let's say let's consolidate for some time and then come back down to retest uh, maybe like 15K or something. Okay, then we can say that's double bottom and then we start heading a lot higher. Either way, it's a good time to accumulate. Yeah, having said that, no one knows the bottom, like nobody can pick the bottom. And you don't have to go all in, right? Always have some USDT. If the market start pumping up, you don't need to worry like you have to pour more in. You can use that money to add more any other assets like diversify your portfolio. You can add some silver, you can buy some shares with that money. You don't need to get in if let's say Bitcoin start going up like like a V-shape recovery, it goes up like 20-25K. You don't need to form more in, right? You as you are in like 60 to 70, 80% in cryptocurrency, then that will be good, right? Still make off. lot of money during a bull market. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll talk to you next video. Yeah.